She Drives Me Crazy. That was the anthem of spring of my freshman year in college. It's the first day of September, which happens to be National Responsible Dog Ownership Month, and Michigan Humane has suggestions for how you can be a great owner to your pet. Anna Chrisman from the Michigan Humane Society is back with us to explain more about that. And you also brought a new adorable pet that needs a home, and our sponsor, the Mike Morse Law Firm, will pay the standard adoption fee for whoever today's pet is. Who have you brought with you?
Well, hey, Jason. So this ridiculously adorable friend is Skipper. Skipper here is a 6-month-old Labrador mix looking for an active family. He clearly loves to chew, he wants to run, he wants to play. So he is looking for a family that will give him tons of exercise, as well as work with him a little bit on his manners. He's still got some of that puppy mouthing and teething going on.
Oh, yeah. I remember, as a lab owner, I remember 6 months old very well. So Skipper's looking for a little buddy. Tell us how people can be responsible dog owners.
Well, Jason, here in Michigan, we are crazy lucky to have so many amazing pet parents, but there's always room for improvement. I will happily say that I'm always happy to improve as well. So one of the most important things is making sure, like we've chatted about before, that your dog is up to date on their licensing and their registration with your local city or township. Definitely something crucially important, especially if your pet ever gets lost. It can be a great help to getting them back into your home, as well as keeping that collar, tag, and microchip up to date. We also want to encourage folks to take charge of their pet's health. We know it's been a challenge with everything that's been going on during this pandemic to kind of prioritize getting your pet into the vet. Your vet may not have been open. So now's the time to take those extra minutes, make those phone calls to your local veterinarian and get your pet in, get them updated on their vaccines, heartworm testing, and all of that sort of stuff. And also make sure you're taking care of your pet's health at home. Make sure they're getting groomed, they're getting lots of daily exercise, and you're spending time with them. Lots of our pets have been very fortunate to have us home these last few months, but as folks are transitioning back into work and back into school, it's important to still make recreation time with your pet a priority.
Is there a way to tell? We had a friend over there. We've got all of our friends have dogs, multiple dogs. All the dogs are socialized. They're all great with kids. They're all great with each other. Except Charlie Tickles, my little Chihuahua, actually bosses around the Violet, the 92-pound lab. So we took for granted that Charlie Tickles would be able to hold her own. We had another big dog come over, and that dog looked at Charlie like, oh, that's lunch. And there was a scrap underneath the table, and we had to separate them. Is there a way to tell or predict, that in that situation that other dog was going to do that?
So not always, but we always encourage pet owners, if they are meeting a dog for the first time, the second time, sometimes even the third and fourth time, make sure that they're meeting on leash, just like I've got here for Skipper, and that you're meeting at a relatively neutral place. So the one big thing oftentimes that'll happen is dogs can get a little territorial, or they can assume that a space is theirs. So you want to do those introductions on neutral ground, and until you're sure.
In that situation, that other dog was going to do that?
So not always, but we always encourage pet owners, if they are meeting a dog for the first time, the second time, sometimes even the third and fourth time, make sure that they're meeting on leash, just like I've got here for Skipper, and that you're meeting at a relatively neutral place. So the one big thing oftentimes that'll happen is dogs can get a little territorial, or they can assume that a space is theirs. So you want to do those introductions on neutral ground, and until you're sure that they're comfortable and confident with each other, and you're not going to have any scraps, we would encourage keeping them on leash or keeping them separated just until they get comfortable and you can spot any potential problems.
All right, sound advice. As always, Anna, I never can stump you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
Remember, the Mike Morse Law Firm will pay the standard adoption fee for Skipper or forever, you get from from the center. And the Mike Morse Law Firm also wants to help you if you need legal assistance. Visit their website, 855mikewins.com, or call the same 855-MIKE-WINS to find out if you have a case.